Lou Bloom is a man on the margins of society, scraping by in Los Angeles, desperate for any chance to make a living. We're introduced to him in a haunting way. He's someone with no real connections, no family, and no friends. Every day, he moves through the city in search of money, picking up small jobs and making shady deals. Lou's eyes and expression tell us he's hungry, not just for money, but for purpose. This isn't just about surviving, it's about finding something he can be great at. One night, as he's driving through the city, he stumbles upon a brutal car accident. But what catches his attention isn't the crash itself. It's a freelance cameraman capturing the bloody scene up close. Lou watches in awe as the man gets right into the action, fearlessly recording every detail of the chaos. He learns that this footage is later sold to news stations eager to air violent content to boost their ratings. And in that moment, Lou realizes there's a business here, a business in capturing people's darkest moments. For the first time, he sees a way to make money and build something for himself. Determined to break into this world of night crawling, Lou buys a cheap camera and a police scanner with the little money he has. He studies crime reports and familiarizes himself with the most dangerous areas of Los Angeles, preparing himself for his new career. It's clumsy and chaotic at first. Lou doesn't have the equipment or the know-how, and his early footage is shaky and poorly framed. But that doesn't stop him. He's relentless, practicing every night, showing up to crime scenes as soon as he hears about them. Lou doesn't see the blood or horror as barriers, they're just opportunities for him to capture a story worth selling. As he gets better, he begins capturing more intense scenes, experimenting with his angles, and learning what footage sells the best. He's quickly hooked, obsessed with getting the most graphic shots and shocking details. Lou's work begins to draw attention, and he realizes he needs help if he's going to grow his business. He meets Rick, a young man struggling to make ends meet. Rick is desperate for a job, any job, and Lou takes advantage of this desperation. He promises Rick pay in exchange for helping him with his night crawling. But Rick doesn't fully understand what he's signed up for. He's thrown into dangerous situations, constantly put in harm's way, and forced to follow Lou into violent crime scenes. Lou is ruthless, pushing Rick to keep up and do whatever it takes to capture the footage. Rick is nervous and terrified, but Lou's complete lack of empathy forces him to ignore those fears. This dynamic shows Lou's willingness to use anyone to further his own ambitions. To Lou, people are just resources, tools to be exploited. Lou's next major break comes when he meets Nina, a news director at a struggling local TV station. Played by Renee Russo, Nina is someone who, like Lou, is willing to sacrifice ethics for success. Nina sees potential in Lou's footage, which is raw, intense, and unlike anything her station usually airs. But she's not just interested in his work, she encourages Lou to push for even more sensational content, knowingly supporting his reckless approach. Their relationship becomes a mutually beneficial, but morally questionable partnership. Nina doesn't ask questions, she just wants results. Lou finds validation in her encouragement. And it fuels his drive to go further. The partnership between Nina and Lou shows how media outlets are sometimes complicit, valuing ratings over responsible journalism. As long as Lou can bring in the viewers, Nina doesn't care how he gets the footage. Driven by Nina's approval, Lou becomes even more audacious in his tactics. He doesn't just film crimes, he begins to manipulate scenes. In one shocking instance, he arrives at a car accident before the authorities and even moves a body to get a more dramatic angle for his shot. This act is horrifying, but for Lou, it's just part of the job. He sees these crime scenes not as tragedies, but as stage sets he can arrange for maximum impact. Lou's behavior escalates, and he soon begins withholding information from the police to ensure he can capture exclusive footage. At one point, he watches a home invasion unfold and makes the choice to keep filming instead of calling for help. He knows that the story will develop into a headline he can sell. So he sacrifices his morality, fully detached from any human empathy. Lou is no longer a bystander, he's an orchestrator, staging reality to fit his profitable vision. As his ambition grows, Lou's willingness to exploit others reaches a chilling climax. His assistant, Rick, becomes an obstacle rather than an ally in Lou's eyes. Rick, increasingly unsettled by Lou's actions, confronts him, realizing just how dark their work has become. But Lou is completely devoid of guilt or remorse. When he needs a shot and Rick is in the way, Lou heartlessly sacrifices him, allowing him to be injured just to get that perfect footage. Lou's only reaction as he captures his assistant's tragic end on camera is one of triumph, knowing this footage will bring him even more success. It's a horrifying moment, showing Lou's complete transformation into a predator willing to sacrifice anyone for his career. By the end of the story, Lou's twisted journey has paid off. He has become a powerful figure in his niche, building his own small business and hiring new assistants who are as desperate as he once was. Lou's success forces us to confront a harsh reality: he has thrived in a system that rewards exploitation and sensationalism. He hasn't been punished or stopped.